Good evening. President Bongbong Marcos reiterates that government will never tolerate any act of disrespect against the country's sovereignty. During his speech at the Philippine Navy's 127th founding anniversary celebration, the president thanks the Philippine Navy for their commitment and strength in upholding the country's territorial rights. President Marcos emphasizes that government would continue to safeguard the Philippine maritime zones and exercise deterrence in accordance with international law.
Sa kabila ng tensyon sa ating rehiyon, nananatiling matatag ang ating hukbong dagat. We stand firm. We will never tolerate any act of disrespect against our sovereignty. We will continue to safeguard our maritime zones and exercise our maritime entitlements in accordance with international law.
The president also reaffirms the country's commitment as responsible members of the international community.
Wala tayong isusuko, wala tayong papapabayaan. We reaffirm our commitment to being a responsible member of the international community, engaging in all matters diplomatically and upholding the established principles under international law. This obligation is reflected in our proactive and sustained engagement in international defense and security efforts.
3 Chinese research vessels were monitored within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone over the past 3 weeks. In a briefing, Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore J. Tariela, says that they are monitoring the remaining 2 Chinese research vessels in the country's exclusive economic zone. Tariela adds that one of Chinese vessels left the country and returned to Guangdong province in China on Tuesday morning, May 20.
The first one, of course, is the Shanyang Pong 302. It departed Hainan last May 1, and right now, through the dark vessel detection provided to us by the Canadian government, we have already located this Chinese research vessel entering our exclusive economic zone. As of 8 o'clock this morning, we were able to locate its current location 180 nautical miles off the coast of Rizal, Palawan.
According to Tariela, Shanyang Hong 302 has an overall length of 100 meters and weighs 4,500 tons. Tariela says it is capable of conducting a deep-sea survey. He also reveals that they are also monitoring the Chinese research vessel Tanshu Erhao.
The next Chinese research vessel that we're monitoring is the Tansu Erha. It departed Hainan last May 8 around 12:14 in the afternoon. And right now, it is located 130.5 nautical miles, Burgos, Ilocos Norte.
He says that they had already deployed a PCG aircraft and conducted a maritime domain awareness flight to monitor the movement of Tansu Erhao. On the other hand, Tariela says the 3rd Chinese research vessel, Zhongshan Dashui, arrived in the country's exclusive economic zone on March 31 and returned to its origin in Guangdong province on May 20. Senator-elect Ping Lacon says that rumors that he and another senator-elect met with Vice President Sara Duterte are not true and are outright malicious. In a statement, Lacson denies such rumors, saying that it is absolutely false and outright malicious. According to Lacson, as an elected senator and a potential senator judge during the impending impeachment trial of Vice President Duterte, it will be improper for him to talk with the person accused. The former lawmaker and chief of police won in the recently concluded senatorial race of the 2025 midterm elections. Lacson ranked 7th with 15.1 million votes. Lacson says there will have been no problem if the winning senators had made a courtesy call to the vice president if she was not facing an impeachment trial. It is unclear where rumors about Lacson and another senator-elect visiting Duterte originated. Lacson is urging the prosecution team from the House of Representatives to bring with them strong evidence, as the Senate would not entertain weak cases. Several other senators-elect have also noted that they will wait for the evidence on the impeachment trial to be presented. The impeachment trial of Vice President Duterte will begin on July 30, 2025. The Supreme Court has partially lifted the restraining order it issued against the implementation of the no-contact apprehension program of the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority. In a press conference on Tuesday, May 20, Supreme Court spokesperson Attorney Camille Su May-Ting announces that the Supreme Court granted the motion filed by the Office of the Solicitor General.
The Supreme Court granted the urgent motion filed by the Office of the Solicitor General on behalf of the MMDA, partially lifting the clear order it issued last August 30, 2022, insofar as it enjoined the MMDA from implementing MMDA Resolution number 16-01 or its no-contact apprehension program or the OCAP.
However, Ting says that the restraining orders for local government unit ordinances on the no-contact apprehension program stays. The no-contact apprehension program uses cameras and other gadgets to capture traffic violators. The restraining order was issued after several petitions were filed assailing its constitutionality. The petitioners include kilusan sa pagbabago ng Industriya ng Transportasyon Incorporated, Pangkalahatang Sangguniang Manila and Suburbs Drivers Association Nationwide, Alliance of Transport Operators and Drivers Association of the Philippines, the Alliance of Concerned Transport Organization, and lawyer Juman B. Paa. Paa filed the petition before the Supreme Court after he was forced to pay huge fines in Manila for 4 traffic violations through the no-contact apprehension program. He was required to pay the fines before he was allowed to register his vehicle. Meanwhile, the transport groups say the no-contact apprehension program has no legal basis under the MMDA Charter and Republic Act 4136 or the Land Transportation and Traffic Act. Based on his motion, Solicitor General Menardo Guevara says it is the obligation of the government to ensure that the roads continue to serve the ends of the national economy and benefit every Filipino. Guevara adds that concerned national regulatory agencies and local governments have joined hands to ensure that the right to use vehicles on public road is not abused. The Commission on Elections vows to resolve the pending cases against Duterte Youth and Bagong Henerasyon party lists before June 30. During the proclamation of the winning party list groups on Monday, May 19, the Comelec announced that it has suspended the proclamation of Duterte Youth and PH party lists due to pending petitions against them. In an interview on Tuesday, May 20, Comelec Chairman George Erwin Garcia says it would be better for the Duterte Youth and BH party lists to wait for the resolution of their cases before June 30. According to Garcia, it is the obligation of the Comelec to resolve the matter so there would be no qualms once the winning representatives assume office on June 30. Citing the Supreme Court, Garcia says the Comelec will only lose jurisdiction of the matter once the proclamation, oath-taking, and assumption of office of elected officials are done. Duterte Youth is the second party list with the highest number of votes with more than 2,300,000 votes. Because of this, they are entitled to have 3 seats in the 20th Congress. On the other hand, the BH party list got more than 300,000 votes, enabling them to have 1 seat in the House of Representatives. Former Presidential Legal Counsel Salvador Panelo believes that former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque appears to have acted as a lawyer for a Philippine offshore gaming operator hub. In an interview with One News, Panelo was asked about the arrest order issued by a Pampanga court against Roque for human trafficking in connection with the Pogo Hub, Lucky South 99 in Porac, Pampanga. Panelo advises Roque to return to the Philippines and face the cases filed against him. Panelo also says he does not think that Roque is a victim of political persecution. According to Panelo, it would be hard to prove Roque's claim of political persecution because of the statements he made during the past congressional hearings. Panelo says it appears that Roque really served as counsel for the Pogo Hub. He adds that Roque has made many contradictions and inconsistencies that resulted in complaints against him. Panelo was referring to the hearings conducted by the House of Representatives Quad Committee, where documents bearing Roque's signature related to the Lucky South 99 were discussed. The documents were obtained after the raid in June 2024. During the raid, the authorities rescued more than 180 foreign and Filipino workers detained in the Pogo Hub. Last May 16, the Regional Trial Court Branch 118 in Angeles City, Pampanga, issued an arrest order against Roque, Cassandra Ong, and several others over Lucky South 99's alleged links to human trafficking. However, Roque claimed that it was just another proof that the Marcos administration was supposedly persecuting him for being critical of the government. Roque applied for asylum in the Netherlands even before the arrest order was issued. However, Panelo believes the best course of action for Roque is to return to the Philippines. According to Panelo, people might think that Roque is guilty because he continues to avoid arrest. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.